welcome to Book and Loop, where happiness is handmade and the best boyfriends are always found in books. So I'm coming at you guys with kind of just a really quick, short writing vlog number 4. I haven't done one in a while, and I felt like I needed to in order to kind of just update you. I had mentioned it in my I Read It All introduction video that I was student teaching, and so I wasn't really sure if I was going to have time to make YouTube videos and to write, and I really didn't. So I unfortunately did not reach my goals for March, and now we're in May, and so I am frantically trying to catch up on those goals, and hopefully we'll get them done. But in the meantime, I just wanted to kind of give you guys a small little update on what's going on in my writing life. So without further ado, let's get started. So writing. I haven't been doing a lot of it, which is sad. It's very upsetting. I'm like extremely upset about it. But at the same time, I feel like this break was good because it allowed me a chance to kind of like step back from my writing and kind of just take a moment to appreciate like how far I've come with my writing, if that makes sense. I have been going while I was student teaching like every once in a while, but like now that I'm done student teaching, I've been going a little more frequently to my writing circle, and I've been getting really positive feedback on tag, which I'm like super excited about because I wasn't sure after getting like a couple of rejections on my manuscript. I kind of like wasn't sure if tag was going to be a story that like I was going to be able to get published one day, but my writing circle has kind of reboosted my confidence in myself and reboosted my confidence in that story, and so I am now back on that grind of trying to find an agent and trying to get that book published, because according to them, which is nice because it's not just in my own head anymore, it is something that has potential, and it is something that people are interested in, and it is something that people would maybe want to read. Obviously, like I always try to take feedback from people that like I know already, like with a little bit of a grain of salt. I am not sure like how brutally honest they're going to be with my writing, because I mean, first off, I'm new, but not like that new, but like I don't know, like you never know like how honest somebody's like actually being with you when they give you feedback. Like you hope that they're being like brutally honest and they're like telling you every little thing that's wrong with your writing and like every little thing that they feel like you need to fix. And like obviously at the end of the day, like it's up to you on which pieces of advice you take and which pieces you kind of like push to the side, because it is your writing at the end of the day. But at the same time, you still want to take that feedback and kind of like internalize it and really think about it. And like I have like my printed pages of like my edits that like I needed to make for my book on my like have like my little notes like based off of what they said to me, and like have just been going chapter by chapter every 2 weeks, and it's taking a really long time, and I'm really like kind of like wishing it was like we met a little more frequently, or like I was able to do a little bit more with them. At the same time, like I'm enjoying the fact that we're taking it slow because it's giving me time in between to like really like think about how to improve those chapters based on the words that the advice they gave me, and then improve the future chapters that I'll bring in based on the things that they've said to me previously, if that makes sense. So I'm like feeling good about tag, like I am, like, and I wasn't for a little while because I wasn't sure, like I said, after like receiving a couple of agent rejections, I wasn't sure if tag was going to be something that like I would continue to like try and get published. But I'm starting to again feel confident in it, so that's nice. That's always nice, right? And then the other thing was Project Purple, which for Project Purple I've kind of like put the brakes on for a second, just because I was, like I said, student teaching for a while, and so I didn't really have a lot of time between student teaching, regular work, and doing like my finishing up my schoolwork and for my degree, and then like the mad shuffle to get all my finals in, and then actually going up for graduation and like doing all that. Like I just didn't really have a lot of time to work, but on the car ride home from graduation, because I graduated up in Buffalo and then we had to drive back home. On the car ride home from graduation, I like really like sat and kind of just reread a lot of my pages from Project Purple, and I was like, this is pretty good. Like, I'm really proud of myself. And like, I don't normally talk about my writing that way. Like, I'm never like, oh, like, look at me, like, oh, I wrote like this amazing thing and it's so good and blah 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 blah. Like I'm not like a like give myself praise kind of person. But like, when I was reading this, I actually like texted one of my friends and was like, yeah, like, I think this is pretty good. Like, this is like really like pretty good quality writing, and like, this is something I feel like you would find on a shelf in a bookstore. Like, sometimes like there are moments or chapters in Tag where I'm like, this needs a lot of work in order to get to that point where it's like ready to be sitting on a bookshelf. But like with Project Purple, it's just like, I don't feel that way. And like, I'm not saying it's perfect. It's definitely by far not perfect. There's still a lot of things that I need to work on and a lot of things that I need to kind of like rethink and like redo. I noticed that especially when I was rewriting, that like, since I had so many moments where I changed, like I changed my main character, I changed my love interest and how he acts, and I changed the plot line, and I added in this and I did that, and because of that there are some like incontinuities within the writing that need to be like ironed out. But like, other than that, like the actual like writing itself, like it's interesting to see how much my writing voice has matured from when I first wrote Tag, because a lot of Tag kind of maintains that same voice that I had when I was younger. But for Project Purple, like, it's really like elevated to that next level. And I don't know if it's just like the fact that like Project Purple like takes place in our world, that like I'm like able to kind of like let go. Like, I feel like with Tag I was kind of getting really like bogged down in the world building and trying to create that like believable world. And I don't know if like with Project Purple, like the world is believable enough already, so like I am able to like really focus on the characters and the dialogue rather than so much the world building. And like, because of that, it's making my story stronger, or like making it sound stronger. I don't know. But I am absolutely living for it and so in love with Project Purple right now, and so excited to hopefully one day share that with you guys. And I hope that I will have that chance. And I'm hoping that when I come back next month, or whenever I update you guys next for my like next writing vlog, that I will have good news for either Tag, or that I've made a ton of progress in Project Purple. Like I said back in my writing goals video, my ultimate goal for this year is to finish draft 1 of Project Purple. And originally my goal was to hit 100k words, and that was going to be the length of the manuscript. But I'm thinking it might be more towards 80k, which I'm feeling is much more manageable and attainable, especially because I'm already past that 40k mark. So that means I'm a little more than halfway through the book already. And I feel like that is like half the battle. Like, yeah, I'm halfway through, so it's half the battle. But you know what I mean. Like, the hardest part is getting to that halfway point, and then after that, it's kind of just like pushing through to the end. And I think that it's really going to be like a really interesting story, and I'm really happy to like report that I have not lost my passion for it, and that it's still just as exciting and just as interesting to me as it was the day that I like rediscovered it or started writing it or whatever. So those are kind of my two big like writing updates for the month, for the past 3 months. Unfortunately, I wish it was more. I wish it was more that I was telling you guys, but unfortunately I just have not had too much time to be doing much of anything other than just like school stuff. So I'm hoping that this will now open me up to having more opportunities to write, and a couple more opportunities to create some more YouTube videos for you guys, because I like doing it. I think it's fun. So that being said, I think that is going to be all for me on my writing vlog updates. Sorry I don't have like more exciting news for you guys. Right now my manuscript is sitting at I want to say for Project Purple, it is at, right now I'm at 101 pages, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know if this lets me look at the word count on here because I'm like on my phone instead of being like on like actual pages. I want to say when I checked last, I was around like 41K. And I'm going to try to stick to my goal that I want to get to 50K. I'm thinking I probably won't do it by the end of May because I kind of have like a lot of reading I need to catch up on for my I Read It All series. So I'm gonna say I want to get to 50K by the middle of June. I feel like that's like attainable. That's like pretty good. Like I'm happy. I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy with 50K in the middle of June. I might move up since I cut down the length of what I want the manuscript to be. I might move up my goal of being like finishing it at the end of 2020 to 2020. Don't bring us back there. I might want to move up my goal of finishing it at the end of 2022 to being like around maybe like beginning of November, maybe like right before NaNoWriMo, and then I can kind of like start a new project during NaNoWriMo where like continue to work on like my Little Red Riding Hood retelling that I keep talking about and never doing anything with, so maybe that. So yeah, that's gonna be all from me. That is my spiel for the day. I will see you with another writing vlog either when I reach 50K or by the end of June, whichever comes first. If it's not the 50K, I give you guys permission to like yell at me like intensely in the comments because like that's not acceptable. It's not that many words. 9,000 words. Not that hard. Come on, you can do this. So that is going to be all from me. That's my spiel for the day, and I will see you guys soon. Happy writing.